So what evils did they say were insufferable? And how do we compare them to what's going on in today's world? So the Declaration of Independence, it says these are the key points, right? Why they said to the king, well, we need a divorce, we're breaking up. He, meaning the king, has erected a multitude of new offices and sent hither swarms of officers to harass our people and eat out their substance. So the king and parliament, they were creating new government officials and new agencies to go out and just bother and harass the people and deprive them of their sustenance. And we see that going on today. Right now, there are at least 345 federal agencies, government corporations, quasi-official agencies, boards, commissions, which all claim authority to write rules for individuals and businesses. These unaccountable bureaucrats claim the authority to just make up rules on how you run your business, on how you talk to your employees or how you work with your employees, and what you do with the things that you produce, and on and on and on and on. And so we're seeing the same exact thing right here with this example that the founding fathers said were insufferable. We see this here in a specific example of the feds actually saying, you know, well, oh my goodness, you're selling raw milk. You deserve a big fat fine and actually probably go to jail maybe, because you're a danger to society. You're a danger to yourself and others because you're selling raw milk. Now, you sell GMO stuff, you sell stuff that causes cancer and causes ADD and all these other things, that, you know, that's fine. But raw milk, yeah, that's a problem. OSHA is going to start fining workplaces up to $13,653 per infraction regarding what was going on during the fake pandemic with companies not complying with their illegal laws. 4 companies right here in New Hampshire were accused of violating COVID-19 health protocols. They were fined by OSHA, so they were stripped of their sustenance. And so we see these same things that the founding fathers were dealing with, we're dealing with on an exponential basis. The next thing the founding fathers were dealing with, they said, this far and no further, he has affected to render the military independent and superior of the civil power. So he took on the military on himself, where the Constitution says that in Article 1, Section 8, only Congress has the right to declare war. But the president can't just use the military any way that he wants. But we see here in our country right now, Biden, just on his own accord, sends an extra 1,000 troops to Afghanistan as Taliban forces close in on capital. Biden is boosting U.S. troops in Europe because of Russia's war in Ukraine. And we have the Korean War, the Vietnam War, Iraq, Syria, Somalia, Bosnia, just on and on and on, of where the president just says, you know what, this is my military. I'm going to send it where I want to. So now the next complaint in the Declaration of Independence was, quote, he has combined with others to subject us to a jurisdiction foreign to our Constitution and unacknowledged by our laws, giving his assent to their acts of pretended legislation. Had the same thing, where we have been subjected to jurisdiction foreign to our own Constitution. OSHA is foreign to our own Constitution. It's not authorized in the Constitution. Not only that, but we have these international bodies that are literally foreign, not only to our Constitution, but to us, that are actually ruling over us, that are telling us how we do businesses, what are the trade regulations, what are the regulations regarding roads and regarding gambling, and so on. And just you go on the list and you see even cities are having to follow international code. Seeing what we have here with the founding fathers saying that that was one of the things that deserved the great breakup between us and Great Britain. And there's these plus 83 other bodies. Now, one of the other things, they said that the king transported us beyond seas to be tried for pretended offenses. So that's 2 different things. We have pretended offenses, meaning there were crimes, pretend crimes. There were pretend laws. Why is it pretend? Because they weren't authorized to do it by the Constitution. So the laws pretend. Now, because you broke this pretend law, now you have a pretend offense that's been created. And so they arrest you and they ship you overseas to be tried for this pretended offense, because they know that you're not going to, there's no jury that's going to actually do anything to you because they know you. And so we see here in the United States today that U.S. citizens are being held prisoner in Guantanamo Bay and other foreign prisons. So we have the same thing happening today that we saw in the past with the Declaration of Independence. The next is the king has excited domestic insurrections among us. So we see the same thing happening with the in 2020 with all of the different riots going on, unified all across the country. And I did a report, an expose proving that in Salt Lake City, the police delivered the vehicle to be destroyed. The police helped the rioters. The police aided them at the Capitol and protected. They actually had their own agent provocateurs in the Capitol to start things, and they were protected during that time. And so we see that same thing happening again today.